Hello and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy Show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning. We hella early at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel and 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Guys, today we're talking about spreading the light. Man, that's important during times that we've had the last 4 years with our former president and through COVID and just the drama of white supremacy and violence and mass shootings. The crazy people shooting up people. It's like, man, what a crazy time it's been for all of us. So thanks for being here. You can go to productivethroughjoy.com, see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. And what else? Let's dive in. So we're talking about spreading light today. And point one is that you want to think about the idea of light. We encourage you to think about the concept, what that means for you, right? It's probably best seen through examples. So for me, light is forgiving people, because that's hard for me to do. I mean, it's a challenge. When someone does you wrong, you want to just choke them in front of Jesus. That's what you want to do. Let's keep it real. But being able to forgive people, including myself, because, I also make mistakes. People make mistakes. And at times it's hard to forgive yourself. You just go, why did I do that? Right? And then also for me, spreading light is co-manifesting justice and abundance, right? I believe in justice, equity for people, standing up for people, because people have stood up for me in my life, for sure. And also abundance. Having resources is really important. I've been involved in many activist actions since I was 18. And the reoccurring thing that I see is that oftentimes the people on the side of light, on the side of justice, on the side of what's right, frankly, although, we can argue about some gray areas about what's right and wrong, but, we know when someone's not being treated right, we oftentimes are out-resourced. And at times the better resourced people of darkness, the devils, let's keep it real, they take the day because they have more resources. I mean, it's really disgusting. So what I've come to is that the people of the light have got to be better resourced. So a part of my agenda as a grown man now is to better resource myself and my communities. So that's how I do it. So for you, it's you thinking about, well, what does being the light mean for me? Which goes into point two. Once you can determine what being the light means for you, you want to think about, okay, well, how do I spread it? I'm a mystic in our ancient African tradition from Kemet. We call Africans in what is now known as Egypt, Lower Egypt, which is really the top portion of Egypt. They call Egypt the land of the blacks, which is basically KMT. There were no vowels in that particular script, and they call themselves Kamal, which is KEM or KAM, black people. And so in the land of the blacks, they visualized, they use meditation to essentially kind of manifest the world they wanted to have. So I think for individuals, you want to think about, what do you need to do to spread the light? And so by spreading light, I mentioned meditation because when you are able to meditate and know yourself, which is also obviously an African tradition because that's inscribed inside the actual pyramids and also on the coffin text, way before Socrates was attributed that saying, which is such a disgusting lie. I mean, the way that history is political is really, and racist, is really disturbing. But anyway, that's a different whole story. Is that it is in the spreading, in the sharing of knowledge and the sharing of love that completes it. You can say, I love, but if you don't spread the love, you don't share the love, it doesn't complete the circle. You can say, I'm a light. If you don't spread the light, it doesn't complete the circle. So you want to think about, once you determine what your light is, how can you go about sharing your light? That's critical right there, guys. So critical. How do you share the light to other people, that they may benefit from what you're learning and that you may benefit from what they're learning, and there can be a dialectical relationship there, a back and forth, which goes right into point three. As you begin to know what light means for you, find vehicles to share the light. So for example, this show came out of me working on myself, thinking I got some issues I need to work through here. And I thought, well, maybe other people got issues too, got issues too. So I began to do this show because I'm up working on myself early because I need to be up early working on myself. And that's how this show began. So as a vehicle for me to basically spread light. I'm not looking to preach to anybody. I'm just sharing my own process because as a way of acknowledging that I'm probably not the only one going through these issues, let me just spread it and, spread light, be light on the world. So for you, it can take any form that you determine it needs to take in terms of what can allow you to spread your light that you are learning that you want to spread, which goes right to point 3, which is really powerful. So once you spread light, because we live on an earth that is revolving around the sun and we live on the earth that is rotating on an axis at a very, very high speed, the physical nature of our planet also impacts what I would call the metaphysical properties, as the old Africans say, as above, so below. When you put something out because we're revolving at such a high rate of speed, that energy, that thing, that light comes back to you. We don't spread the light just to get stuff back, but that's one of the consequences of it. When you put out light, although it takes time, and I know for me, it takes a lot of time, but it comes back to you, and then you benefit as well. Because we don't do it for that reason. We do it because it's the right thing to do, but that undergirds you, gives you the power, the strength to kind of keep on going, because it gets pretty exhausting giving to other people, keeping it real. So you need to be undergirded and fed and supported as well. And as you put out light, that light is reflected back to you, and you also get a chance to be in the warm glow of others' light. Boom, goes the dynamite. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Go Lakers.